Avita Beats.
Hey, what's good, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of Vick3 presents the Super Bowl post-game panel live. I got my guys here with me. We'll start off from your left, my left to right, however it works out. I got BPS here. I got my guy BLSG. I got the incomparable coach Dante. I got my brother and partner in crime right here, aka Eagles Uncensored. I got Geo 215. And last but not least, I got my guy Jerry Lee, Backyard Birds Podcast. Fellas, listen, we had a great Super Bowl, but before we go into that, let me know how y'all doing. What's good?
Hey, bro, I'm gloating. I'm gloated right now because I predicted my prediction to be right, and Cooper Kupp is the Super Bowl MVP. I'm feeling good.
Hey, as you should. Oh, and listen, before we keep it going, let me just say what's up, Pop. We got Papa Store coming through, and we got Robert. What's good, my guys? How we doing?
Man, not too bad.
So let's kick things off, man. And let me just say, everyone in the chat, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. I hope y'all had a great time watching the Super Bowl. I told my fellas, I hope y'all were with loved ones. You know what I mean? You got the food in, got a good time, enjoyed the halftime show. But we're about to kick off this post game. So, let me get your reactions. I'll kick it off with you, BPS. What did you think of tonight's game?
Hey, man, I kind of said this. You see me tweeting on Twitter, man. This was one of the favorite.
There we go.
This was one of the best Super Bowls that I've ever gotten to watch, just in terms of how these two teams were fighting out there. And these two teams both wanted it. You could see the tears in OBJ's eyes that he wanted this. He wanted it. You saw in that first quarter what could have happened didn't happen. So I'm at a loss for words for what I just saw, because this was one hell of a Super Bowl. So I liked what I seen from both teams. They both competed. The Rams displayed a good show, especially from both guys out there, Donald and Cooper Kupp, the two faces of that franchise. Those two are some great, phenomenal players in this league. This is some of the best that the league has to offer, Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald, and they displayed something tonight. So, I like what I've seen from the Bengals as well. They definitely deserve to be in that moment. But keep your heads up, Bengals fans. You guys have a couple years left. You guys have another 15 years left.
Yeah, and Kupp certainly did come through when, Odell went down in the first half. But before I get into that BLSG, let me get your thoughts. What did you think of tonight's game?
Yeah, this was a good one, man. This was a good Super Bowl. It was fun. It was competitive. Unlike last year, we all know that story with Brady and Mahomes. Mahomes not feeling 100%, but this was a fun, competitive Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford going up against Joe Shiesty, as Big Play Slay would probably say, aka Joe Burrow. But yeah, this was a fun Super Bowl. No lie, it was constantly going back and forth, and then the Rams come all the way back. But Bengals fans, you should be proud of yourselves. You should have never even made it this far. You should be proud of what you guys achieved for being the runner-up in these playoffs. 2 number 4 seeds go at it. Your quarterback falls short, but he's young. He's still learning. And y'all got a lot of years to come, man. And if y'all just add some offensive line pieces, and if you keep doing what you did this year, you could be very dangerous in the next few years, like I said while we were backstage.
Yeah, I agree. The Bengals came up out of nowhere. A lot of people doubted them in the preseason. Through drafting, we thought that they made some mistakes without, getting the offensive line. But hey, they made it to the Super Bowl. So yeah, it's a big congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals. But Coach Dante, thank you for coming through, my guy. But let me get your thoughts. What did you think of tonight's game?
Well, so first of all, I'm gonna start on the Bengals side. They have nothing to hold their hands down about. They played a great game, did as well as they can do. That's a great coach over there, Zach Taylor. Great player over there, Jamar Chase, great quarterback. They just need a little offensive line help. And Tyler Boyd should have caught that football. They probably would have still been moving up the field. If he catches that football, I thought that was probably the momentum of the game because the next drive we know what happened. Cooper Kupp happened. But I got to give credit to this defense. This defense, now listen to what I say when I say this. 7 straight stops. 7 straight stops. When this offense need to get the ball back, this defense delivered. Von Miller and Aaron Donald was dominant the whole night. So 7 straight stops. Matthew Stafford, this is why you make a trade for a quarterback like this. Jared Goff, they said Jared Goff was the problem. Matthew Stafford delivered a Super Bowl, which shows that Jared Goff was actually the problem of this team. They gambled all the chips away. All the chips away, go out and get a disgruntled Odell Beckham when he wasn't happy. That was clearly Baker Mayfield. Couldn't get him the football. Now, Odell, I wish he would have kept playing this whole game. But hey, I'm so proud of this guy. His maturity level got great when he got with a great team. He deserves the Super Bowl. Von Miller worked his ass off, deserved that Super Bowl. Everybody on that defense. Jalen Ramsey got beat a couple of times, but I would that was on T. Higgins. I thought you should have called that. You got to throw that flag. He clearly face masked the hell out of Jalen Ramsey. That wasn't called. That should have been called right there. That would have been a touchdown. Other than that, I thought the Rams made the defensive line was disrupted in the second half. Give credit to this defensive line, but give credit to Cooper Kupp from stepping up for his quarterback. And I'm gonna give you one more wild card that didn't play great. While Odell Beckham was out. Bryce, give credit to Bryce Hopkins, the tight end, made some huge catches that opened up for Cooper Kupp. Great game by this tight end that opened up the field for Cooper Kupp. Great job by Matthew Stafford putting a drive together and making a play. And I love Cooper Kupp so much, man. Even though that was offset penalty, the way he catches the ball and knowing he's gonna take a hit, he could have got a concussion off that, but that's what you do. That's how much you want that ball so bad. He willing to go up and sacrifice himself for the quarterback. But the very next play, what does Stafford do? He trusts him, and Eli Apple just gets beat all night long. And hey, man, congratulations to the Rams. But this is why you make these moves. People got to understand, even though you don't want to make these type of moves, you don't want to give up draft picks, you got to sacrifice. That's how you win championships. You have to sacrifice if you want to win championships, and that's what the Rams definitely did. And congratulations to the Rams, Odell Beckham and Matthew Stafford and, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Coach McVay, all of that coaching staff for the Rams. But Cincinnati have nothing to hang their head down about. They be the number 1 seed. They be the number 2 seed. Hey, they did great in this playoffs, but the Rams were the better team tonight.
Yeah, they were, and we all saw, what 1 year out of Detroit did for Matthew Stafford. He had a lot of trouble throughout his career. A lot of people said that, he was just a regular season quarterback. He was garbage. He had garbage time stats. But we've seen when you put a decent team around him, it got him a chip. It got him his first ring. So, a lot of those problems, just like Odell Beckham, it's the teams that they were on before that were the issues that we see now, just like in Cleveland. Now Cleveland has to talk about Baker Mayfield. They have a lot of discussions go on this offseason when it goes to him. But Jerry Lee, my guy, what did you think of tonight's matchup, man?
Well, it was awesome, man. I've been calling this, since day one when Matthew Stafford got traded. I was like, dude, these guys are going to the Super Bowl. And then they started picking up pieces, Von Miller, you know what I mean? And they got Odell Beckham Jr. I was like, oh, it's definitely on now. You know what I mean? And then coming down tonight, I even knew it on the last drive, you know what I mean, that the Rams had. I was like, dude, they're going to go down and score a touchdown, right? I was like, this is it, And Aaron Donald is just a monster, dude. That guy.
He got robbed. He got fucking robbed of the MVP. I don't care what anyone says. I love
Who got it?
He got robbed. Aaron
Cooper
Donald
Kupp,
got
didn't
robbed of
I
the
think
MVP.
Cooper Kupp got it.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp got it.
Yeah,
I think he deserved it.
Aaron Donald
Here.
Aaron Donald had 2 sacks plus the game-winning sack, so that's 3 sacks right there.
He got that ring, brother. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
Cooper Kupp had 8 catches for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns though.
that's
He had-
good and all, but the game-winning sack mattered. That helped them win the game, and he had 2 sacks prior to that.
Yeah, but that offense
Sure.
was stagnant, and it only got to work with Cooper Kupp. But before we get into all that, let me get to my guy Gio. Gio, what were your thoughts on tonight's game?
No, you know what? Honestly, a lot of people didn't talk about Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon played a hell of a game. He did have heart going into that game. That Joe Burrow injury kind of like hurt him. You could tell he wasn't the same after that. His placement wasn't there. That talent, that boy catch should have been caught. Honestly, that would have been changed the momentum of the whole game. Honestly, and narrowed down on man. Just a performance by him. I've never seen a Super Bowl like this in a while, man. We're not even gonna talk about the halftime show. Let's not get into it right now. But I just thought it was a good defensive game, and it was a shootout.
Halftime
Like
show
I said.
alone is a podcast.
Oh, probably got me off guard.
Yeah, right.
Right?
You're dying over there, Vic. I'm playing.
AK, my guy, what did you think of tonight's game? AK, you there?
AK going once.
Yeah, I'm here, bud. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Oh, you good, you good.
No, man, listen, this was a great game. I give both sides credit here where it's due. I really thought the Bengals messed Joe Burrow up there for a minute, but luckily he was able to come back out. But, man, listen, the Bengals, they like you guys have said, they have nothing to hang their heads on. You know, they did a wonderful job. It's just, in the end, the Rams had the more talent, and we knew that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a bummer, though. I feel bad for Burrow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. But I think the best part of the game was it was both defense. We saw Cincinnati, you know, they can attack. They got their interception in, but we saw that defensive line for the Rams, and they were just too much to overcome. But Papa, you know, you had some mic issues. We can hear you. You're coming in perfectly fine now. So let me get your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, well, first of all, I feel like everybody is wrongfully not given credit to quite possibly the MVP for the Bengals. And no, not Joe Burrow. I'm talking about Shooter McPherson. All right, let's get that straight right now. Only reason Bengals made it to to the Super Bowl was because of Shooter McPherson. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Second of all, hell of a game.
The kicker.
Hey, a rookie too, right?
Hey, look,
Dan
Uh-huh.
Hubbard was the
draft,
MVP
bro.
of the game for the
Yeah,
Bengals.
rookie out of Florida, right?
Uh-huh.
Take a chance at him.
I said he
Yeah,
was good.
I
I
agree.
said he was good. I literally said I'd have taken this man in the 4th round.
I don't know if
I'd
I
have
would have
taken
done that, but shit.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen some of his things? They were talking about earlier, if there was a pole in the middle for 5 points, McPherson would have gotten 15 points alone. If there was a right down the middle, straight through the upright, the confidence, the swagger. Let's also not forget, this man literally said, I ain't going to stay in the locker room. I'm watching the halftime show. I know my job, and he didn't fuck
Yeah.
up.
We're talking about a kicker, bro.
I don't give a shit.
He's the new age Justin Tucker. Like he's automatic, young, got a good leg.
I'm sorry.
accurate.
100%.
Cool. It's a kicker. Who advanced them to the AFC conference game? McPherson.
Kevin
Who
McPherson.
got him out of the wild card?
Kevin
McPherson.
McPherson.
Do I need to go on?
The Titans.
Hey,
Kevin McPherson.
Wait, one more. Who
The Ti-
advanced them to Who advanced the Bengals to the Super Bowl?
He already said that. The divisional round.
I didn't.
No,
I
he
didn't.
said-
I said
He
conference.
said to the AFC Championship game, Sly.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
McPherson hold the record for the most points in the playoffs?
McPherson was perfect in the postseason. He didn't miss a kick.
He was automatic. Hopefully, next year, they could build up on that. But let me ask you a
Anyways.
question. When we seen
Anyways.
these, we didn't get to see a lot of the matches, but when we did, what did you all think about that Jamar Chase and Ramsey matchup?
I'm gonna give him slack for a lot of this shit.
Toast.
I'll start off with you, Papa. What did you think of the matchup between Chase and Ramsey today?
I mean that last drive when Ramsey jumped, that was bad on Ramsey's part.
Mm-hmm.
When the Bengals, I guess on the 43-yard, I think it was, connection on that was on Ramsey. That was bad. Other than that, I really didn't see much of. That was pretty much only Jamar's major moments for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not think Jamar was the best receiver on the Bengals. I don't even think he was the second best receiver on the Bengals.
Yeah, he was the second best. Best was T. Higgins.
Tell him, Papa Shore.
Hold on, let me just give a quick shout out to my guy, Foothills.
Yes, sir, Foothills.
Hey, man, appreciate you for coming through. There's much love coming from over here. Appreciate you. But yeah, AK, what did you think of the little matches we got to see out of Chase and Ramsey? I thought it was pretty good. I thought Chase got one on him and Ramsey got one on him.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it's exactly what I said would happen. It's a give and take with them. That's exactly what it was going to be. Jamar was going to get one. Ramsey was going to get one. It was going to happen. They're both special players, so eventually one's going to pop off. It's just how it is.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Hey, appreciate you for the 6 likes. Everyone in the chat, appreciate you for coming through. If you can, leave a comment. The algorithm pushes it out if you comment. So assist a brother out. Gio, what did you like of this matchup? What did you see? Did you like the feistiness between the two? Because it was a little jarring back and forth.
I mean, Ramsey, I love seeing them get burnt, honestly. I'm not big on him.
I'm not. It's that Florida State. I think he's just another pompous prick.
I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's one of the best man-to-man quarterbacks. I got to give credit where it's due. But shout out to somebody that did mention. I was going to mention the one-handed grab by that Jamar Chase. That was good, though.
Yo, I don't know if I'm really stoned right now or not, but Gio just totally reminded me of fucking Ricky Bobby at the beginning of his career when he talks really low on the mic and he holds his hands up a little. Like, what do I do with my hands? Yeah.
Hey, let me just point this out because Foothills makes a good point. Higgins in that face mask.
Facts. That's what I was just about to bring up.
Let me just say this. I'm not for one to try to, because you can get an injury from that. I'm not talking about that. But I will say that was a slick play. Higgins came off as he's turning around. Quick pull. Ref couldn't see it. Listen, if the ref don't see it, you get away with it. I'm agreeing with you. I'm good with it.
Got him.
That's what you call a bitch move right there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's good. They were fucked up.
AK, Foothill asked, aren't you always higher than a kite?
He's like, you already know.
You know how we do.
On that carpet ride.
Cloud 9. I'm a Cloud 9 VIP.
Yeah, hey, listen, the Rams are a budding team right now. They haven't been in LA in a while, so they're just getting their fan base in. Some people be casuals, but now with that Super Bowl win, hey, it happens. Look at Boston. People in Boston weren't that high on the Red Sox before, but once they won that first championship, everybody in the world was a Red Sox fan.
But here come the front runners.
Hopefully.
That's there. But Jerry Lee, let me get your thoughts. What did you think of the short matchups between Ramsey and Chase?
There was a lot of holding going on throughout the whole game. You know what I mean? On both sides, really. There's a lot of cheap shit going on. For them to just call it in the end was kind of gangster. But it was a good matchup, man. But I'm gonna say that Ramsey got beat. More than not. So say that.
Yeah, I will say I was surprised. Because we all know Ramsey. We all say he's that number one lockdown corner. But I will say this, even like I said, there weren't that many matchups. But when Chase got him good. But
Take another one,
Dante,
AK.
Coach Dante, let me get your thoughts. What did you think of the Chase Ramsey matchup tonight?
I thought it was pretty good work by both sides. Got to give credit to Jamar Chase. He clearly beat him, and that's just a great catch by Jamar Chase. I mean, just like great offense beat great defense, man. And Jamar Chase is a complimentary day. But he did have a couple of steps on Jalen Ramsey, and then the last ball that he caught on, I thought that was just terrible, poor by Jalen Ramsey right there, trying to go for an interception, and Jamar Chase just ended up burning them for over like 20-some yards, over like 8 yards. So again, I thought it was good work. Both guys competed, and hey, man, like I say, the better team won the game tonight. So I thought it was good work. I thought it was a lot of scrapping and holding in the game, but that's what it's gonna do. You're gonna do whatever it takes to win, and teams do that. And most of the holding calls were legit holding calls. That wasn't just except for the T. Higgins call. They should have called that. They should have called that face mask right there. He clearly turned them around. But every other call, I thought it was a legit call. I didn't think the refs had nothing to do with the impact of this game. They were all them calls on the Rams, on the Bengals, they were all legit calls. They were all holding calls. You can see them clearly pulling the jersey and panicking on these receivers, especially on Cooper Kupp. You can clearly see the guys were getting beat.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, we all seen in our DMs, in our private chat, Jared was the first one to say it. He was like, listen, the rest are just letting them play. That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a game. It's a game. And, it's playoffs. That's the way it should be. Until you see something blatant, something flagrant, and yeah, you're gonna call it, of course. But hey, it is what it is. This is Super Bowl, man. You got to tough it out. But
tensions were high.
Yeah, tensions were really high. VLSG, my guy, what did you think of the matchup tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was a solid matchup. Like everybody said, there was a lot of holding calls between those two. But honestly, let's be fair about this matchup here. When you have your possibly number one wide receiver going against their number one cornerback, you're going to expect a tight coverage versus a pretty good route by Jamar Chase against a good tight coverage with Jalen Ramsey. You're going to expect a matchup like that with the Bengals' best receiver versus the Rams' best cornerback. You're going to expect matchups like that. They'll get feisty. They go head-to-head. And you know what? Jalen Ramsey won some battles. Jamar Chase won some battles. So I thought it was a fair matchup, but there were a lot of holding calls, that's for sure. But I'm telling you, though, those two, man, they got feisty real quick.
Right.
It did. And it was good, though. I liked it. Let them play. Let them go at it, man. BPS, what did you think of the matchup?
I personally felt like both cornerback and the receiver, they got, Chase and Ramsey, they both got the best of each other. That one big play definitely was a crucial mistake for Jalen Ramsey, and that's one thing that he's not good at, and that's stopping those deep balls. Jalen Ramsey's not the most polished corner, right? And that's he has one issue, and I just heard myself echo. But yeah, Ramsey.
That was for stepping on my dick.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay.
Ramsey, I felt like Ramsey was just a little too hesitant on a lot of those, routes. He was misconfused. Chase definitely got him on a lot of those routes. You can't even lie. He bit him on a lot of those routes as soon as he got off the line. But Chase also didn't completely torch him. I felt like Ramsey got the best of him too. If you're just thinking about the entire game, whenever they had to line up one-on-one, if you're going on a little slant, Ramsey was there here and there. And then whenever Chase had to go one-on-one deep, Ramsey got the best. I mean, not Ramsey. Chase got the best of him there. So it was good for both sides. But it was a good, fair matchup, and that's what we want to see. No flags, no nothing.
Yeah, it was a good matchup, but for me, like I said, there weren't that many matchups. But for the most part, Chase got the better of Ramsey, and that only catapulted what the aura around Chase. You know what I mean? He went up against the best in the biggest game of the year, and he performed well. You know what I'm saying? He didn't blink an eye. Higgins, and you look at Tyler Boyd, maybe they weren't up, for the challenge, but we know Chase was. So going into next season, you got to say Chase is probably the deadliest receiver out there right now. You give Adams the credit, but the up and coming, the rising, that's all Jamar Chase. He's out there. He's gunning for that number one spot. I think it catapulted him very much so. Listen, next year when fantasy football comes around, he's going to be your second or first round pick. Can't deny it.
Let me put it to you this way, Vic. I'm not going to say this year, but the following year, Jalen Ramsey will not be able to even touch Jamar Chase.
I don't even think next season he could do it.
Well, it's an age difference too. You know what I mean? It's an age difference too. Ramsey is getting older.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, Chase is that talented.
No, he is talented,
and he's only going to get better. So there's only going to be a level, like you said, he is older, so he's kind of met his max potential, to where Jamar's just getting ready to reach his. So there is a place where that does fall off, and it gives to his advantage. I understand that, but I think it kind of showed tonight where they're both at.
Mm-hmm. I just personally feel like, with people only giving up that, just saying that big catch was the whole narrative of that matchup, then you're wrong, because you have to look at the entire game. Whenever they lined up one-on-one, whenever they went on those slants, Ramsey was there. Whenever Chase had to go one-on-one on those deep balls, Chase beat him. That's Chase's excellence right there. That's something that him and Burrow had worked on since LSU days. That's something that they worked on since that national championship game before that. So it's not like Ramsey completely got torched. It's just that in some areas, Chase is better than him.
No, BPS, because that was a short field. Of course he can catch him there, but on the out routes, he ain't catching Chase, dude.
Exactly.
He was burning him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Joe Burrow. Let me get your thoughts. What did you think about his performance tonight? It looks like he could have gotten that team their first Super Bowl win, but that injury played a big factor in his game.
I really thought we were about to see a battle of backups, because even Stafford got hit.
Yep.
So I was like, we're about to see a battle of the backups.
I will say it in one word, man, for both of them: heroic. They were both very heroic. They both were very abused tonight, and they both still came back and did what they needed to do.
Kind of like your bud.
The fuck is so funny over there?
I don't know what
The fuck is so funny over there?
No
Kay's like, why are you laughing at me?
I just get no.
Why are you laughing?
Shout out to the show, because it's the last show, I guess. Hopefully, it's good to have all y'all here and have a good laugh or whatever. Fuck it.
It's just a season finale. We put a season finale. Everyone's like, the last show, just a season finale.
Right.
No, we already said we're doing basketball, right, Vic?
They did get abused, though. He just was laughing because, Aaron Donald was just a sack machine out there, just throwing Joe Burrow like he was just bro.
Yeah, bro. I felt so bad for him, man. Aaron Donald. Yo,
well, they had 7 sacks, right?
No, yeah. I think they did.
Yeah.
Vic, there was a point in the game that it was in the early part of the game. Aaron Donald literally picked the man up and just bulldozed him. Get out of the way.
Dude, that was ridiculous.
That shit was funny, man. He bulldozed him. Literally.
It's like, do y'all know the meme of the one dude that recovers the fumble and the camera slowly zooms in on him and he's holding the ball and he just smiles at the camera and just goes, "Hi." That was Aaron Donald right there. He's like, "Hey, it's me, it's your boy."
The Rams fans can also thank the Bengals towel boy. That's another person they could thank.
Vernon Hargraves. That wasn't the towel boy. That was a corner. All right, put some respect on Vernon Hargraves' name. He was great in college.
That was wild for him to come out with the slides in the end zone. First of all, why are you outside in public in slides, especially at a Super Bowl?
Because he went to Florida, so he's used to slides.
That alone, I'm gonna give you a penalty for that.
I was about to ask, why you say that, Papa? Did he go to Florida? And I guess my answer was right there.
Just for coming out in all white slides.
Vic is like, I don't approve of the drip. 15-yard penalty.
Not at the Super
Automatic
Bowl. With
first
cleats
down.
all around. I don't think it's wise when you have cleats everywhere. You're the only one with slides on. One false step is a big toe gone.
Vic's like lack of drip game. 15-yard penalty.
Automatic first down.
Let me ask
Trying
you
to
a
get that
question.
James Brown drop down.
When you seen McVay, you seen his demeanor in the second quarter. Did you think he'd be able to pull it off? Because for me, I'm just like, my guy's having flashbacks to 2018.
Do what now? Can you repeat again?
McVay in the second quarter. At that time, did you think he'd be able to pull it off?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought it was getting, once OBJ went down, I was like, holy shit, they're losing everyone. I was like, this is definitely gonna be a lot more difficult. I'm surprised they didn't feed Cooper Kupp a lot more than they really, or like they did in the fourth quarter. I was like, well, now they're just kind of screwed.
They were double teaming him. That's why.
Well, yeah, but you also put Eli Apple, so really you
put
put him in single coverage. Let's be real here.
True, but they put like two other guys on him.
Trust me, you're not in single coverage. You're not in single coverage when you think you're gonna be.
Deshaun Jackson.
Hey, Richie Mack brings up a great point about that Philly special. What did y'all think about that?
I think Trey Burton had the best response.
Right?
No, I can't
You gotta
even
make
blame.
that play.
I can't even blame Matthew Stafford for that one. Cooper Kupp.
No, it was high.
He didn't
It was
throw
high.
He overthrew him. He overthrew him.
Yeah, it was
completely.
Yeah, he was definitely high on that one.
Yeah, I
For
think-
sure.
I
Much like
hope
AK
McVay
is
went
right
to the
now.
best throw
Wait,
on
how high?
I knew that was coming.
About AK high.
Okay, I understand.
That's really high.
Understandable. Yes.
Listen, y'all haven't seen Cloud 9 yet. This is like a cloud 5.5. When you see 9, AK will be singing. We will be doing karaoke live. So we're not there yet. We are not there yet.
That dude would be knocking some Michael Jackson moonwalks and shit.
Knock it on.
Could be having some slide shoes on.
What was that one receiver? Number 18 for the Rams. Scowl.
Oh, the tight end. Yeah.
Oh,
He
Scaroni.
was a receiver, the one that
Yeah,
Scaroni.
him.
end up in an interception.
Yeah, he's
Every
gone.
time
He's
him
out.
and what's it called Matthew Stafford tried to connect, there wasn't anything there.
It resulted in horrors.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because coming into the game, we all thought the running game for the Rams was going to be very effective, and we saw that was not the case. Even with Darrell Henderson coming back, they weren't able to get anything going. What did you all think about that? VPS, let me start off with you.
I'm gonna just put it this way: the Bengals' defensive line is just really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they couldn't do anything. That's the only reason they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, sadly enough, though, you didn't get to really hear Trey Henderson's name called out a lot tonight. You know, he had a great year, this past season. But
Sam Hubbard, bro, that dude is a monster.
blowing up. Bates was another guy out there.
FYI on Sam Hubbard, former Ohio State Buckeye. Thank you very much.
All I'm gonna say is Gators had more players in the Super Bowl, so they had the most. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. BPS, excuse me. You know what?
LSG.
I know, because I'm just talking to you right now, and I'm looking at him.
BPS,
He's got
stop
that
stealing my
Kool-Aid
name,
smile
all right?
now.
Change
He
it to
got that
something
Kool-Aid
else,
smile.
please.
He's waiting for me to say something to him. What did you think, my guy? What were your thoughts?
Wait, is it mine? It's mine, right?
Yeah.
About the two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they both kept it competitive. I thought they both played a tough game. They were both starting off fast, unlike the Eagles. And no lie, like both the offenses and the defenses, they both started out fast. Once again, unlike the Eagles. And honestly, this is just a great game, another competitive game, and Stafford and Burrow going head to head, and it just ended out to be a great game. But Joe Burrow comes up short.
There's going to be head all right for one individual.
What did you think about the Rams running game?
Oh, you having me go again?
Yeah. That was the original question I asked for PPS, but I think you lost your place. I don't want to like try to
Vic,
pick her
just get
off.
it off your chest, all right? Yeah, I really thought that Cam Akers was not really that effective. I thought he struggled, especially coming off that injury. Daryl
Florida
Henderson.
State loser.
Hey, now, Papa. Anyway, I think it was Daryl Henderson for the best rusher because I really didn't see a lot of Sony Michel. To be honest with you, I didn't see.
I think I saw him once.
Yeah, like one carry maybe. Yeah, I think they were using a lot of Daryl Henderson because Cam Akers can get it going. So I really think that Rams' running game was not really that effective.
Yeah, Daryl Henderson had a lot of big, crucial receptions. I was really good. Yeah.
It was surprising because I literally thought that it was between Cam Akers and Daryl Henderson that'd be fine for an MVP. We seen Daryl Henderson this whole season. He carried that team. If you look at it, that first half, if it wasn't for him, the Rams would never be in the position that they were. And he had a good season. That injury, was scary, but Sony Michel carried him for as much as he could. And when Akers came back, we seen that it was a different team. And bringing Henderson back would only lead you to believe they were just going to go with the run game and just dominate with it. But that wasn't the case at all. But Coach Dante, what did you think, my guy, of the Rams running game tonight?
I got to give more credit to the Bengals because the Bengals were not letting them run the football. DJ Reader was a monster who the Texans have, and he ended up in the Super Bowl. But DJ Reader was a monster all night long. He almost broke Matthew Stafford's foot the way he sacked him. Hub was great all night. And that 55 Wilson was all over the goddamn place, all over the field, guarding the running backs out of the backfield, making great tackles, soundly, fundamentally tackles. Wilson, number 55, was all over the place tonight. And Hendricks as well. He made a couple of plays too. So give more credit to that Cincinnati defensive front and that linebacker Wilson. Give more credit to them.
Yeah, definitely. Jerry Lee, what did you think of the Rams running game or the lack thereof?
Well, like you guys have been saying, it really didn't produce anything. As they really shouldn't have gave out their game plan, from the get-go. You know what I mean? I think they came prepared for it, the Bengals. So, I mean, I think they stifled themselves on that,
Yeah, definitely. Gio, what did you think?
Henderson ran a good game. It was basically they gave up. Excuse me, we're still going over that code too, man. Yeah. They both offenses had a good run game. Henderson did carry the team on their back this whole season. I expected a little more out of him a little bit. But like I said, it was an ugly win, but they got it done. Shout out to the Rams. Congratulations them. But just overall, Matthew Stafford just going to the team. That's what he needed to leave that scene from the Detroit to come to LA and to win that ring. And also too, Odell Beckham getting that ring too. Majority of him, from the time in New York Giants and him being a crybaby or whatever. But shout out to him getting that ring.
Hey, Odell's been out there for a while. He was trying to prove himself. He had that issue in Cleveland. Hey man, he kept his head down. He did what he had to do.
Will take anything he
At the
can
end of the
get.
day- Yeah, at the end of the day, he got his Super Bowl ring. So you got to congratulate the guy. But
And he had a
right,
touchdown, so it's not like he wasn't a part of the win.
So the first time, actually, a friend of mine had a parlay on that, and one of his bets was that Odell would score first, and that was the first thing I said. I was like, I don't know about that. That's gonna be tough. And luckily enough, man, Odell got that first look, and it seemed as though, when you look at the game plan, that Odell was going to be heavily involved. But once he was out, McVay, he had to think on his feet. Luckily enough, he was good at it. But AK, what did you think of the Rams running game? Even though I just complimented the coach on everything else he did.
No, listen, man. I agree with what Jerry Lee and them have been saying. It was pretty much non-existent. I was really impressed with both defenses. I took it to be way more of an offensive game. I didn't respect the defensive sides as much, and they proved me completely wrong. So props to that. But, in all honesty, man, you could see with this game that the defense just kept holding on. I was not comfortable with where they sat. I believe they needed one more touchdown to seal the deal. They never got that. So, the Rams just kept them right in range whenever, just enough that whenever Matthew Stafford and them finally got that one drive that they needed, which they got, it put them in position to win this game. And there was plenty of opportunities the Bengals could have capitalized on, but they never did. And, that's just what doesn't win ball games. So it's something they can learn from, though. They're a young team, and it should help them next year.
Yeah, definitely. Papa, let me get your thoughts. What'd you think about that Rams running game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was a lack thereof. I think it was the fourth quarter, and it was the first time the Rams got a rushing first down, and it was only because of it was a yard. So it was definitely a lack thereof. Cam Akers is definitely more of a he's more of a receiving back than anything. Darrell Henderson, I mean, that's right there. That's your power back. And then what's to say? Sony Michel, I'm pretty sure I saw him once.
Yeah, he was pretty non-existent.
Yeah, so I definitely think it was, like you said, OBJ was going to be a major factor because I had him. I didn't bet, but I was saying I guarantee you we'll see him throw a touchdown. And we did see one non-QB throw the touchdown. It just wasn't him.
Yeah, that play. Who's to say, man? Most likely that play could have been for him.
More than likely, yes. And McVay was going, please be a good thrower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you got to credit the Bengals defense, especially that defensive line.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I don't know why the Rams put their stadium in the Inglewood area. That's the dumbest decision you could have made.
Oh, I'm not even from the area, so to me, I don't even know where that's at.
Probably has something to do with traffic, dude.
No, it's not even that. They put themselves in a crip hood, so that they wear blue.
Crip hood.
Hey, you gotta know your fan base. Gotta know your fan base.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You got to know your people, Slay. Not like you, but
exactly. Hey, let me just bring this up.
Dog. Let's get that clear.
The Bengals scored 0 points in the final 25 minutes. Even though he's saying that unlike the Eagles, that was the tell right there. That cost them. That allowed the Rams to get back in it. Where did you think it went wrong? Was it for the fact of that injury for Joe Burrow? Was it for the fact that they weren't using the run more? What do you think led to their offense getting a little stagnant in the second half? BPS, I'll start off with you.
I think the biggest problem for them was they got away from Joe Mixon there when they shouldn't have, because Joe Mixon was rolling. He was on fire. That Rams defense couldn't stop him, and he was going quick bursts, and he just went and attacked that defense. As soon as he got to that second level, they couldn't stop him. And then once they started force-feeding Chase or force-feeding Higgins and then the other guys, and they stopped trying to go to Mixon, that kind of was their issue.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that Mixon physicality was missing. Again, you can't rely on just Joe Burrow getting killed out there with that horrible offensive line. I shouldn't say horrible offensive line. I should just say they had two very bad guards. Their tackles are pretty decent.
No, their line just sucks.
I'm trying to speak good of it. I'm trying to give.
No, I mean, but he's got a point. Their line is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's true. Papa, what did you think?
I know a couple players on that offensive line. Jonah Williams is the only player I know on that offensive line. That's how bad it is.
Well, that's something they're going to have to focus this offseason, especially
they have Quentin Spain of all people.
Yeah, but if they do, and that line gets into shape, they'll be scary next season as well. It'll be hard to stop them.
It's already sad enough that Jonah Williams is their best offensive lineman on that O-line, and he's statistically one of the worst offensive linemen just in general and period.
Hey, Richie makes a good point. Yeah, I don't know why Perrin was in. It's an important down.
Oh, Samaje Perine?
James backwards. But hey, listen, I think you should have had your best guy in there. That's something that Taylor will learn in the future. AK, what did you think about the Bengals' second half performance, their offensive forwards, I should say?
Listen, man, that was totally a defensive adjustment by the Rams. It was a way to free up Donald. It was a way to free up Von Miller to get a little bit more pressure on Joe Burrow, and it worked. But yeah, man, they even seemed to adjust pretty decently on Cincinnati's side. They kept getting the ball out of Burrow's hands fast. And they knew that's what they had to do to save their quarterback as much as possible. But yeah, the Rams always seem to find a way to bring the heat, man. And they did a hell of a job. I can't say anything more, dude. They played one hell of a game defensively, and they deserve everything. Seriously.
Yeah, you got to give it up to Raheem Morris, man. He came in with a good plan. Gia, what did you think about the?
All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, man. What did you think about the Bengals in the fourth, into the third quarter and the fourth quarter going in there, about their horrible performance and not being able to score the ball?
Well, they have a lot of more mixing because of the Burrow injury. It kind of got to the point where they had to force to throw the ball after he settled in from his injury. You could tell he was still hurt, but they did let the hot hand go, which was mixing, like BPS said. I don't know why they couldn't stop him. And if Aaron Donald kept getting to the line, getting the Burrow, maybe they should have just ran the ball outside zone or whatever, away from his. But I thought they had it, man. Honestly, I thought Cincinnati was going to win that game, but they let the gas go, man.
Definitely. Jerry, what'd you think about that? That looks like that little downside on their performance of the night.
Yeah, well, I mean, I already knew like they had way too much firepower. Number one, you know what I mean? The Rams. I mean, on both sides of the ball, really. And what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like they need more line. You know what I mean? They need more O line. So.
Yeah, they were outside with that ran when they running those stunts. Yeah. Listen, you get Donald free, it's a wrap.
Yep.
BLSG, what did you think about that little lull in the Bengals offense?
Yeah, there's mainly like two things that mainly go into it. Number one, you get away from Joe Mixon. You do not go away from Joe Mixon. You don't. I know you have Perine as well, but you don't go away from Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's your RB1. If he's your RB1, you use your RB1. Unlike us, we have to use like Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott, Jordan Howard because Miles Sanders can't stay healthy for us. And then two, the Rams defense adjusted, man. They took advantage and they ended up adjusting. Aaron Donald started heating up in the second half, and that's how the Rams come in clutch late. They come in clutch with their defense to hold up to Burrow and get the win.
Yeah, definitely. And let me just answer this question from the chat. Let me just respond to this. I definitely think that there should be a holding freeze until after the Super Bowl because if Raheem Morris was taking care of the Bears right now, I'm pretty sure that Justin Fields will be happy in the situation that he's in compared to not having Eberflus and being left up, not knowing what's going on with his future. A lot of coaches out there prove themselves in Super Bowl. So, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. But let me ask everybody in here a question. What did y'all think of that halftime performance? You seen Dre, you had Snoop, seen little pop up from M. You
Slim
seen 50, little 50 the whole dollar bill out there.
I just wanted to see how many people were
it was, first of all, I gotta say, it was fucking amazing.
I thought Snoop was the best part of it all.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
He was smooth, bro.
Kendrick Lamar, that's what started off the show. Like, you got Dre for people my age, anyone over 30. When you see Dre and Snoop, it's gonna be a great performance.
Yeah.
But I thought it started off a little slow. Mary J. Blige did her thing, but then when Kendrick came
I'm
through,
gonna be real with y'all. I had no idea who that lady was. I was like, who is
Mary J.
this?
Blige?
I did not know who that was. No.
He's too young.
Yo, kick him out.
No, I knew who. I literally knew who everybody else was, but I don't listen to rap. I rarely listen to rap.
I'm sorry, you gotta kick him out. You have to know who that is.
He has an excuse.
Yo, I'm a metalhead. I knew who Mary J. Blige is, bro.
I mean, that's great for you. I don't listen to rap.
I'm a metalhead.
Okay, again, good for you. So am I.
Jerry,
I don't.
Jerry,
I knew who everybody else was except
very little rap.
Dude, Jerry, I don't care if I'm young, bro. I love that lady. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love her.
Well, that's just because you're a simp.
Fucking awesome.
Hey, what, you falling in love or something or what?
See, I was interested to see what BPS and BLSG had to think, because y'all are younger than us. You know what
I love that lady, bro.
You're younger as well.
But BPS is the youngest one on the panel. FYI.
In the right places,
let me ask you a question for like overall Super Bowl performance.
I mean, yeah, she was thick. I'll give her
that. Where would you put this? Would you put this like top 5, top 10?
For me?
Yeah.
Like in terms of like overall performance?
From what you've seen, yeah. Any Super Bowl performance that you've seen in your short span of time.
Okay, so for me, like if I'm taking like the Michael Jackson ones into
he's only seen 14.
I would say this. Yeah, I would say this is definitely top 10. I mean, for sure. I mean, this is one of the best halftime performances ever. Like you got Snoop and Dre, and then you got Kendrick and Slim Shady, and then mixed Mary J behind there. That was perfect. 5 of those people, and then you had the surprise.
Surprise
appearance.
Yep,
you had the surprise appearance with 50 Cent, who
I almost said 50 Shades. I don't know why.
Anderson .Paak was the drummer the whole show.
Yep, Gio got that right, man.
And
Gio
I got the 50 Cent right. I was like, how did they do the Super Bowl performance and not bring out 50 Cent?
Yo, that was crazy because, like I said, the performance was well. I thought the 50 Cent thing was a little hilarious when he was upside down, because you can see all the blood rushing to his face.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that man's going to pass out.
Before he passed out.
I was like, somebody get this man a doctor.
Yeah. When he came out, he was trying to catch his breath the whole time he was performing.
He was like, I need to hurry up and sing about Shawty because I'm about to pass out.
I'll say this, though. It was one of the I won't say the best halftime performance, but one that I didn't notice time passed. Like, time just went so fast. Usually when you see other performers, you got different songs, you get into it, or you'll just like comment like, damn, what the hell is this? I don't know what they're singing. But with this one, it was consistent. 1, 2, 3, let's keep it moving. And they got out. Yeah. So I think they did their thing. For me,
I think probably the slowest part of the Super Bowl, of the halftime show, was after Eminem did his thing. And then it went to, I forget who it went to, but it went to somebody else.
It went to Mary J. Blige.
Listen, I'm not trying to speak ill of Eminem, but
I thought it went back to Snoop Dogg after Eminem.
If you look at Eminem, it looks like he has a fake beard and mustache combination going on.
I mean, he definitely does.
But it catches my eye.
Hair the best, but that's all right.
Yeah, it looks like pubes. It really does. I can't.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but okay.
Pubes on his face.
You know what it reminds me of? If you ever watched Jackass, when Danger Aaron gets pranked and they put the pubes on him, that's what it reminds me of.
Danger Aaron is funny,
wrong for that
one.
one.
It's serious. Man, listen, if you can't grow it, just shave it off. We've known you for so long without hair. We don't need you. Bring back old Marshall.
It's all right, White Rabbit.
Yo, when he came out and that little explosion, did anyone else think there was supposed to be more exploding? Because it looked like just 2 corner pieces blew off.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yo, I hope nothing goes wrong where a charge doesn't get set off while they're still on top of the building. That would just be bad for TV.
Now I see why everybody.
Tell you what was good for TV. That Janet Jackson booby.
Right?
I remember, I remember that. And this is old enough where people know, like back then, I was actually recording that on VHS as it happened.
He was recording it for later.
No, it was halftime, so no one was even paying attention. It was only after the fact we caught it, and I just remember I'm like, "Yo, I got that taped. I have it forever."
Dude,
I got the dark.
what about the movie commercials? Some of those movies I want to watch. Like what was that one movie that they had those two dudes fighting?
I'm a little upset because I missed the
They
Moon
played
Knight
that
one.
piano song in it. What's
Bro, the Moon Knight, I really hope they do I really hope they just do the random bullshit go. I really hope they do that. It would make no sense, but it would be
Oh
so
yeah, that was
satisfying.
terrible, Richie.
Yeah, no one liked Maroon 5. But yeah, listen.
Yeah,
I think a lot
nobody.
of the commercials
Yeah,
My mom did.
The Dr. Evil commercial. That was probably the best one for me.
Guess what, Vic? You won't believe what I saw. Yo, look at what the Giants posted. They said the 2022 season officially started now. That's what the Giants fans are saying.
Listen, they got a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna. Oh, hold on. Yes, let me just get to this one.
The new season starts now, and it's about to be another season for failure.
I got mixed emotions with the Bel Air show because for me, like there'll never be another.
Did you? I thought I'm excited for that.
I'm just selfish
too.
because, like I said, for me, I don't think you could ever see the role of Uncle Phil filled else by anyone else but Avery. James Avery. You know, like when you see those scenes of, why don't he want me? All you think of is him and his presence. It's kind of hard for me to think of another person being Uncle Phil, but it is what it is. People get recast. Things like
well,
right
I know
now,
what's his face. Will Smith was like, whenever we do this, that's what I want to do. So I mean, I feel like that probably would have been the best.
I'm very excited for Bel Air, actually.
Yeah, I like the way I like the take that they had on it. It was a little more serious when you see that little fight between Will and what really happened. It's not a joke. It's not some guy doing, picking him up on the shoulder and twisting him around. It shows the conflict that really took place, and it's more realistic. It's rooted in more realism, which I like. I'm excited to see how the Hillary and Carlton characters come out.
Right.
Because we all know Carlton was that levity,
and then Will, you got Will too.
Yeah, the kid that plays Will, what I'm saying? Like, I like the fact that they kept the young. I don't know how exactly his acting.
That's Jabari Banks. That's Jabari Banks. That's his name.
How old is he? Like, he's probably in his 20s, I assume, right?
He's like, I don't know how old he is. I just know he's like in his 20s.
If they keep it somewhat young to teenager,
he's 23. He's 23.
15-year-old. That's just ridiculous.
He's 23 years old.
Yeah, I'll give the show a chance. Like I said, it looks very interesting. But like I said,
I didn't even hear. What was the question? How old does who look now? What?
Jabari Banks.
Jabari Greer. Yeah, Banks. Sorry.
I did not hear it. I completely ignored that.
No.
Yeah, they got.
I like the show. I think I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah,
you guys see any of the power stuff?
Holmes playing Philip Banks. They got Adrian.
I seen what is it? I forgot his son's name. I watch it every now and then. Mary J. Blige is actually in that show. I watch it every now and then. I haven't catched up on it. The one I want to watch now is what's his right hand man's name?
Tommy.
That's the one I seen in the commercial.
The new one.
I might watch
Power
this one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
I've already watched like 3 episodes into it. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
There's another good
appreciate
series
you for having me on, man.
Britannia.
Good discussion there, especially that Belair talk at the end. I cannot wait for that drama season, man. Especially that first episode. But y'all have a great night. Good to see you, Jerry, Dante, Papa Sora, Gio, BLC. Y'all have a great night, man. Great Super Bowl.
I refuse.
Great night, man.
Listen, we're approaching that hour mark. I say we just shut it down. Let everyone, know where they can find you. Before I do that, I just want to say everyone that's in the chat, everyone that's watching will watch. I appreciate you for coming through, making my first inaugural season a great season. Everyone on the chat, I said this beforehand, but let me just repeat myself again because, it does say Vick3 presents post-game panel show. This isn't my show. This is y'all. You all make this show, and I want to say thank you for coming through. Thank you for supporting me. For helping me out. So I appreciate you all. And BLSG, I'll start off with you. Let everyone know where they can find you, my guy.
Under that cookie.
It's a brownie, Jerry Lee. It's a brownie.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that better be the right kind of brownie, my guy.
No, it's like one of those brownies that you get from the store. But anyway, y'all can find me on YouTube. BLSG, search that in the search bar. We're just 25 subscribers away from 300. Let's get there, man. The 2-year anniversary is coming up, March 17th, St. Patty's Day, coming up very, very soon. So let's hit that 300 mark before that point. So you can find me on BLSG on YouTube, BLSG20 on Twitter, man. Give your boy a follow. And yeah, man, this was a great season. Eagles, it's time to go next year. Let's make something happen next year. As always, man, flags fly, go Birds, and also congratulations to the Rams.
Hey, definitely. Hey, random wanted to know, is that a little Debbie?
Wait, what's that?
Is that a
little
Debbie?
Debbie's
Is that a
now?
little Debbie cake up in there?
No,
What
it's
you
like
got in
one
that
of those
pantry?
brownies.
What you got in that pantry?
Debbie.
No, it came out of the fridge, Vic.
Jerry, let them know where they can find you.
Man, you guys can find me around. I'll be here. I'm just saying. Yo, congratulations to the Rams. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, brother.
Hey, Gio, my God, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, go find me on my new channel. Excuse me. It's at Geo from the 215, not Geo from the 215. At Geo from the 215, and that is my Twitter handle as well. You can find me on there. You can find me on these great content creators on their shows as well. Make sure y'all sub to these guys as well. And I'm gonna let everybody else handle the floor. Yeah, have a good night. Go Rams. Congratulations. Vick3. This show was amazing, bro. The whole season, bro. Keep it rocking. Can't wait for the next season.
Thank you, my guy. I appreciate you for the kind words. And like I said, man, I appreciate you for coming through and your support. Papa, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, man, y'all can find me on Twitch at Papa Sora. Finally got my good old desktop working. So yeah, y'all can find me there. As always, it's an honor to be here with y'all, with my extended family, football family, all that. It's always an honor to be here. So we will see you next football season. Obviously, I'm sure something else is going to happen during football break, but that's the point. Congratulations to the Rams, and fly Eagles fly. See y'all later.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming through, my guy. And last but not least, Coach Dante. Let the fine people know where they can find you.
Man, shout out to you, man, for having me on, man. But y'all know where y'all can follow me at Coach Dante 31, Coach Dante 31 on IG, Coach Dante on Twitter, Coach Dante at the Spotlight Sports Network, man. First of all, shout out to the Rams, man, for winning this 2022 Super Bowl, man. They definitely deserve it. Definitely were the better team tonight. And all we got to talk about is the combine draft. That's all we got to talk about. Other than that, I moved on to basketball and hope we get some baseball going, but football season over. All we got to do is talk about the free agency and the combine. That's what we got in front of us. But other than that, man, it's on the basketball. But shout out to you, man, for having me on. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, appreciate you. And like I said, man, thank you for supporting me and, for always coming on. Anytime I ask, you come through, and same vice versa. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Hey, man. So, like I said, everyone, thank you for coming through. Thank you for watching. This has been a great season. It's my first time doing this, my first year. I did this all just to talk to my guys, to talk to my friends, and have this open conversation, talk Eagles football, and just talk football in general when it comes down to it. And I'm just happy that people come through and watch and support. But like I always say, you know who it is. It's Vick3. You see me in the chats. You always see me, with my guys supporting great Eagles content. And, you'll always find me with AK and with Foothills on East Meets West podcast every Wednesday. You'll find me with my guy, Jerry Lee of Backyard Birds podcast. We'll do our show, The Big Ticket. And, it's the end of the season. We're not doing the post game. This is the finale. But we'll be here back again once the season kicks off. We'll be giving you all the great talk. We'll break down the games. And we'll do it all over again. But as for this season, it's a wrap. Thank you so much for everyone that came through. This has been, another great episode of Vick3 Presents the Super Bowl post-game panel show. BLSG, Vick3, we out.
Avida.